Greetings, fellow writers and fellow readers. I'm talking you today from Adelaide in South Australia, and I'm happy to be here to introduce the grammar of self to you. For both publishing houses and writers, one of the most difficult of literary endeavours is getting poetry to the page. One of the remarkable things about Proverse is that the house has the vision and the courage to publish and promote new and established writers, and to do so internationally and with such aplomb. For that, I am very grateful. For we writers submitting our cherished poetic offspring for consideration brings the joy of acceptance, yet, more often than not, the pains of refusal. Why do we respond so sadly when a poem is turned down? It's not just our ego, but it is that. More importantly, it is because sharing a poem is an essential act, not a luxury. It's a need, not a want. We are kin to the visual artist in Stephanie Cowell's The Boy in the Rain who, quote, wanted to paint the world so he would never lose it. Through textualization, a poem is an act of possession, almost an ingestion of something external to us. But it needs an audience, for we don't create in a solipsistic vacuum. We take, yes, and then we give. So, to the Grammar of Self, an anthology of highly personal text which together recapture a lifetime of memorable people, places, and events. Each poem is a nexus for the reclamation of something outside me and its absorption within. Things that have left an indelible mark. Each poem is like a jigsaw piece in a puzzle that will never be solved, and yet together they amount to a description of and a reinvention of the self and its place in the world. For we are, when all is said and done, little more than memory. The poem Treacle Toffee and the Grammar of Self is almost a little manifesto for the collection. It is set in my primary school more than 65 years ago. The teacher, Mrs. Crawford, brings a tray of treacle toffee to divide and reward students who perform well in the grammar test. On that occasion, I don't get a piece, for my attention has been taken away from the classroom to look through a glass window at the top of a very high wall to a small aircraft crossing the sky. And I now quote from the poem. The aircraft draws a clean line across the rare winter blue. Its drone a purr and hum, now heard, then not, and back. It takes so long to pass from sight, its poignant diminuendo leaving me with a strange but abiding comfort. The plane took me from my nominal bench, from my dull, imprisoned, objective self, and I wandered at will, up, above, abroad, away. Decades on, in my silver years, eyes closed, the plane's consolatory purr is there, now, still calling me from the leaden mundane. So I'm here, but there. I am now and then, more an adverb of place or time than noun. With such a singular grammar, can there be any hope of toffee for me?